welcome to Book Babble. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about audiobooks. I have been listening to audiobooks for a couple of years now and I've really enjoyed them, but just recently I have been listening to them like non-stop. I need to fall asleep to them, I need to listen to them while I'm in the car, just all of the time. So I figured that I would come to you and give you guys some recommendations on some of my favorite audiobooks. Before I do that, I do want to tell you something super exciting. I am now an Audible affiliate, and basically all this means is that I have a link, which is down in the description below, where you guys, my subscribers, if you click it, you get a free month trial to Audible, and you get 2 credits for any book that is on the site. If you like Audible and you enjoy it, you can decide to stay on after your free 1-month trial, but if you don't decide to, the 2 audiobooks that you choose, you get to keep forever. If you decide to keep your Audible subscription, it is only $14.95 a month, which I think is super affordable, especially when I use my credit wisely. And basically what I mean by that is I like to use my credit for big books like the Song of Ice and Fire series, or A Court of Mist and Fury is like a gigantic book. Usually these audiobooks run $25, $30, and so when you're paying $14.95 for 1 credit, any audiobook that's worth more than $14.95 you're getting an amazing deal on. I do want to tell you that this video is not sponsored by Audible, but if you do click the link and decide to continue on with your membership after your first month, I will get a bit of a commission. So if you like the videos that you see and you want to support this channel, this is a good way to do it. Alright, so now on to my favorite audiobooks. All of these, by the way, you can get on Audible. The first one is the first 3 books in the Selection series. I have the Selection, I just am letting a friend borrow it. So I have the Selection, the Elite, and the One. I listened to all 3 of these on audiobook. It took me like 3 or 4 days, and I just read all of them and they were so good. The narrator for this series, her name is Amy Rubinate, and she's just fantastic. For me, she is the voice of the main character in the Selection, America. She is just absolutely perfect. Her pacing is wonderful. She has such a soothing voice, and if you've read the actual books, if you physically read the books of the Selection, you know that they are so easy to read and you just want to keep going and keep going, and the way that she reads it, it just translates so well in audiobook form. You just want to keep listening and keep listening and keep listening. And this series is amazing. I highly recommend it, especially for people who are kind of iffy about starting audiobooks. I highly recommend this series. The next series is the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. Now, Roy Dotrice is the man who narrates this book series, and he does a fantastic job. He pronounces them so clearly that I always know what he's saying. Something that I do with my audiobooks is I speed it up to either 1.8 times faster or 2 times faster, just so I can get through the audiobook quickly. And some narrators, you can't understand them when you speed it up, so you have to listen to it at regular time, which is just super annoying when you're listening to a 30-hour audiobook. But Roy Dotrice's voice and the way that he enunciates words, it's just so easy to understand him when you spit out the audiobook. I highly enjoy this series. Now, I do have to say, I've only listened to Game of Thrones and Clash of Kings. I haven't listened to the rest of this book series yet on audiobook, but I have a feeling that they're all pretty good. Next is the Defy series by Sarah B. Larson. I listened to Defy and Ignite through audiobook. This is narrated by Rebecca Mozo, and again, she just does an amazing job of getting those words off of the page and really making you see in your mind's eye what's going on, and the way that she enunciates and the flow and the pacing, it's just all around perfect. Of course, I'm going to be saying these things about all the books in this list because they're all my favorite, but I feel like I have to tell you because they're all so good. And I will say that I read the 3rd book in this series, Endure, in print form, and I didn't listen to it on audiobook. I wasn't able to get access to the audiobook at the time that I was reading it, and I disliked it. I don't know if it was because I wasn't listening to it on audiobook or if it was just too long in between me reading the first 2 books and the 3rd book, because I waited like a year and a half. But it was just something I just didn't like it. So I plan on reading Endure again through audiobook to see if I like it a little bit better. But again, this series is just magnificent. It's also a young adult fantasy series that is highly underrated. Whether you listen to this on audiobook or read it on in print form, I highly recommend it. And last but not least, Binge by Tyler Oakley. This was a fan-freaking-tastic audiobook. Tyler Oakley did an amazing job of getting his life out there, and it was just so hilarious. And then he also did a video. Tyler Oakley is a YouTuber, if you're not familiar with him. He did a video where he reviewed like his mistakes when he was recording the audiobook, and it was just hilarious. Tyler Oakley is so funny, and YouTube biographies or autobiographies right now are really popular, and there's a reason why. It's because they're so good. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to click that link below and get your free month of Audible. Whether or not you continue on with a subscription, at least try it. It's so good. I highly recommend it. The Audible website and the app are just really easy to use, and they have almost any book you can imagine on there to listen to. Alright guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!